guys, this is Kiri with the blog healthfullyrootedhome.com, and today I'm going to show you how to tie a baby wrap. I love baby wearing. It has been such a lifesaver through the newborn stage, and my son Jackson is 7 months old now and I still baby wear him all the time. It's the only way that I get anything done around the house or the yard, or I wear him when I'm at the store. I wear him everywhere. So my favorite wraps are the boba wrap and the Moby wrap, and I think that I like the boba wrap better than the Moby wrap, and I'll kind of talk to you about that today. If you hear some background noise, it's because Jackson is playing on the floor below me. I hope it's not too distracting. I guess we'll see. And also he's a teething boy right now, so he might get a little fussy, but it's kind of how it goes. So I'll show you how to do the boba wrap first. So actually, I'm just going to show you with the boba wrap because the Moby wrap is exactly the same. It's just a little bit different material. The boba wrap is a thicker material. Jackson is a winter baby, so it worked perfectly for him because it was nice and thick, so we could go on walks outside, and he felt cozy. I felt warm, and it was good. I also like that the boba wrap has a ton of stretch to it. The Moby wrap, so you can see here that the Moby wrap doesn't have as much give as the boba wrap does. So for that reason, I like the boba wrap better. I feel like I can just get it a little bit tighter, or I just have like a little bit more control over it than the Moby wrap. So, okay, so what you do is, it's really easy once you get the hang of it. It is difficult at first, I will say that, but it does get easier. Now I can do it in my sleep. Jackson's holding on to it. Here you go, babe. Okay, so you find the center of it. So there's a tag right there. That's the center. Or on the Moby wrap, it's the same thing, but it just has this little Moby symbol in the center right there. So either way, same idea. That's where the middle is. And then you put that tag just above your breast line. So right here, I'm going to put that tag right there. Jackson's holding on to the bottom of it. And it can get a little hard in a dress because you want to make sure that, you know, your dress isn't lifting up in the back, but this is actually a good way to demonstrate. So you go like this, and then you wrap it around. And make sure it's nice and tight when you wrap it around like this. And then you go in the back, and then you're going to cross them in the back. Okay, so they're crossed in the back like this, and then you just pull it up and over your shoulders. And at this point, I'll adjust my shirt, my dress, whatever I'm wearing. So Jackson knows when I put this on that he's going to be worn, and so he wants to be worn now. Okay, so now we're like this. Okay, so you have this wrapped around you, these over your shoulders. Now at this point, you can have them over your shoulders like this. Let's say it's a hot day out and you want it kind of like tank top, or if you want to be a little bit warmer and have it be a little bit looser on the top, you can have it like this. You can always adjust that later too. Okay, so then you're going to take all of this fabric. You're going to take all of this fabric, lift this middle panel and then stick it through. Okay, so now you have this, your middle panel, your pieces are just down like this, okay? And then you'll cross them. So now they're crossed like this. And then wrap these around your back. So I kind of shimmy it, bring these in the front, and then tie it like that. And then I tie it in a bow. So I go like that. And then at this point, I'll just kind of adjust it however I want it. Come here. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use this video. Okay, so there are two different ways to wear him like this, okay? Well, there's two ways that I wear him like this. The first is him facing out, and the second is him facing in. Now that he's 7 months old, he just wants to look around all the time, and he always wants to see the action, and so I face him out. When he was really little, I would say probably up until like 5 months, I faced him in. So I'll show you that. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your baby on your shoulder, and then, and then you're gonna take the panel that's closest to your body. So you're gonna take the panel that's closest to your body, and that's gonna be the panel that you put his leg in first. So I just kind of rest him along my chest like this. I take his leg, so my forearm is holding him, and I have my hand around his leg. And he is not making this easy for me today. So, all right, you can put his arm in or out. He prefers his arm out right now because he's older, but your younger baby, you'll want to tuck him in. So then you take the other panel and then you put it around his other leg. And then as you go, just make sure that you're flattening out the panels, make sure that it's comfortable for them and that it's not all tangled. And then put him in like that. And then give him the pelvic tilt by taking his legs and going like that. And then you take the middle panel and you put it over his bum like that. And then there you go. And so from here, bounce your baby. And Jackson, when he was little, he was so fussy for like the first 5 or 10 minutes after putting him in. But then if I just pushed through that 5 or 10 minute period of him being squirmy, then he was fine. So if your baby's really little, you can use this panel right here to tuck his head. And then you just kind of go like this. You rock him around. Yeah. Yeah. And see, he's happy, right? His legs, you can tuck in. So, you know, right now he's older now, so I don't typically do that. And also it's summer here, so I just kind of let his little leggies hang free, but there we go. My tip with this is that all along the way, make sure that you're kind of adjusting and straightening, and with each step, kind of tighten your wrap a little bit more, straighten out your panels, because the worst thing is when you have your wrap that's like totally twisted and just not good. It's not comfortable at all. This is nice because, especially when he was little, he would kind of look around a little bit, and then when it was time for a nap, if I wanted to wear him for the nap, I would just tuck his head in like that, and he was fine. And then when he woke up, I could just take it out. And, you know, when they're little, when they're really, really young, you're constantly nursing. So there would be times where I would even, you know, take this panel and I would loosen it up a little bit and I would nurse him just right in my wrap, which is really nice. So a safety tip is you want to make sure that they are close enough to kiss. So their head is close enough to kiss. The reason for that is you want to make sure that they're not, you know, being smushed into your chest, or, you know, let's say you're wearing a sweater, you want to make sure they're not like being smothered by whatever clothing you're wearing, or if you are, you know, pretty busty, you want to make sure that they're not getting smothered, of course. But yeah, this is nice because then, you know, you can just rock them and they get really calm. I mean, you heard him before, he was really fussy and now he's totally chill. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to flip him around and I'm going to show you how to wear him the other way. When he's facing out, that's the way he actually prefers right now, but he's also 7 months old. And I couldn't have done that when he was younger. So to get him out, I just take this bottom panel down, I just push that down, and then I take this panel, I take his arm, this panel, I take his other arm, and then I lift up. And then we're back to where we started. Okay, so I have, again, one panel here, one panel here. This one's the closest to my body. So I'm gonna grab him like this, take his leg, put it in here, and then at this point, you just wanna make sure that his arm and leg are both outside of this panel. Ooh, sorry, bud. Then you take this side and you do the same thing. Now I kind of make sure again that, you know, I give him like a smooth surface on his bum. And I give him like a little chair to sit on like that. Okay, so we have his arms out like this. These are wrapped around him, right? Just like that. And then again, I take the middle panel. I couldn't find it for a second. Okay, so I take the middle panel and I put it over his legs. And then we're just like that. Now I created that nice chair for him, right? So I stretched out these bottom panels so that he kind of has like a chair like this. And then he's just facing out. So I could also put his arms in, but he actually doesn't super mind that. But I don't know, he kind of just likes to suck on his hands sometimes and touch things, so I leave him like that. And so there we go. And then he just wiggles his legs around and he has a good old time. That's how I tie the boba wrap. It's the same exact thing with the Moby wraps. So I have this burnt orange color, which is really cute, especially in the fall. And then I have this, you know, like black and white textured color. I really love these wraps because they're so comfortable for me and for him. We also have a 360 Ergo, which we love those, and my husband actually uses the 360 Ergo a lot, but those I feel like just kind of dig into his legs a little more. These are just more breezy and comfortable for both of us, and it distributes the weight really well across my back, and you know, it keeps him nice and comfy and close to mama, which he likes. So that is how to tie baby wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Kiri with healthfullyrootedhome.com, where I talk about clean cooking, non-toxic living, and an organized home.